Welcome back, everybody, one and all, everyone watching in Twitch. Give me a pog if you're having fun. Welcome back to the Overwatch Seasons, Season 4, of course. We're in our Swiss bracket, you know what's going on. And this time we've got another matchup that I'm not exactly 100% sure how this one's going to go, but we're going to kind of play it out and see what goes on. We've got ISU Cardinal versus High Rollers today. ISU's second of 4 different rosters they're fielding for this tournament, really trying to grab themselves a trophy here this year. And we're going to see how it goes as High Rollers will be this roster's first step.
I know a little bit about the High Rollers. I don't really know about the ISU Cardinals, so I believe it's Iowa State Varsity's team. I believe.
Are we playing the big dogs?
We could be, but I'm not very I guess research on the subject of ISU Cardinal.
Man, come on, where's Pickles when I need him? Anyway, regardless, we're gonna go ahead and get into this one. I believe we're gonna be starting on our first map here is going to be Flashpoint. Now, obviously, with Flashpoint just being added, if you're still new to the cast, it will be either New Junk Suite or New Junk City, excuse me, and Surabasa. Most teams, I think, actually every team, has favored Surabasa. It's one of those more standard maps you kind of play. There's a high and low ground setup. The rotations make a little bit more sense to your casual or competitive Overwatch player. But if you come from different esports, you might, like, let's say, like Halo, where the map design has sometimes been famously wonky, or COD with the same thing, you might think that you might prefer something like New Junk City. So I wonder what will be picked here. But regardless, I think it's going to be a good time. And there's Survasa.
Have we gone on what do you call it? New Junk City yet?
No, we have not gotten one all season on broadcast. There may have been one off broadcast, but as far as I'm aware, we've had Survasa essentially all tournament, which is not, I'm not saying it's a bad map, but you know, it's almost like you're in like your 4th year of GOATs and you're like, here we go, more GOATs. But regardless, this is more fun than GOATs. And as we go ahead and go forward, hot take for the community. Here, I'm expecting to see some JQ. I've read the patch notes, so if you watched the previous match in the break, I read the patch notes. I know what's happening now.
Surely we get JQ. I said it before. I said it before the last match. Surely. But Paka is a ball player, and they're on ball. So...
I mean, I like Ball. I'm not gonna lie. Even though Ball is not like in the greatest spot right now because of how much anti-Ball there's been throughout the entire year of 2023 in competitive play, whether you're dealing with the Tracer, Winston Sombra meta, which is awful for Ball, or you're dealing in this meta where it's like when we have a horse meta just now, where you're just getting speared every time you try to engage and like spun back, and it's just a nightmare. We're gonna see what the sticks are, and it does look like we're gonna be sticking on the Ball here for the side of High Rollers, and meanwhile, Cardinal going and bacon is on the horse.
The Brig on a horse is an interesting combo.
It's very slow. This is a very slow composition.
Paka goes in, immediately slams, and escapes, or not haven't escaped yet. They've been asleep.
Why would you jinx his name? He gets slept. Gets slept. Bog is like 5 HP. He has to get out. Pollo also very quite low, but it actually used the Lucio Violent to go ahead and claim the first blood, and it is going to be High Rollers going to have their first purchase on this map.
Bacon going down first is not what I really expected. I expected like the Sojourn to use slide and get dove pretty fast, but it was the Orisa
somehow,
and it seems like, what do you call it, Sojourn and Yari's just gonna try to play away split, as Paka has a nice slam onto Pollo.
That's a nice little Canadian pancake right there, but Nova does claim Bog. Punishment on the dive. The spear there onto Paka. Try and garner something, another PD in, but Nova with the Helix Rockets keeping his team in this. That leads to disadvantaged fight for High Rollers finally. And even though the pylon's back, they're keeping the Yachty up. The range is not 100% there to make sure that Lucio stays topped off, but Bridgie, okay. Oh, the overclock after the rail. Seneca falls along with Nova. And they're keeping a hold on this point, somehow being able to stall out for so long. Great job from Wild Wolf to just contest the whole time, allowing the team to get back. Bridgie with 4, that team fight, and that point goes to High Roller's favor.
Only one ult being used that entire point, I believe, and that's being overclock. But as we're going to go over to Ruins, we're gonna see only one ult go into this fight, but we should have Nano rally mid-fight as Bacon walks to choke. The rest of the team's kind of falling apart. That was a nice boop into the push bomb from Pocket and gets 2 with mines. And this should be just cleanups for the rest of High Rollers onto ISU. As Wild Wolf is 1v1ing Nova, but Bridgie steals a kill, and Paco finishes a Bacon. ISU's really gonna have a big ult economy, having 4 ults going into this fight, while the High Rollers is only gonna have 2, both support ults.
I mean, yeah, this is gonna be something crazy. I mean, Paka's engage there was absolute mental. Managing to claim 2 really big ones again with only 1 ultimate expended, but 4 in the tank here. And oh, there it is. There's a spear. Bye, Paka. Off the side of the balcony. That's nice. And the first ultimate going to be expended. The rally to really stack on top of Bacon. Another spear is going to get slammed. It was going to slam Wild Wolf against a wall. And Cardinals will finally... before I say it, it looks like they're about to take this point. But Wild is just kind of posturing, stalling on this point. They're trying to shoot him down. And there's the visor. Thread, but he gets taken out by Bridgie. Hello? The soldier has been coming alive. The ball flattens Bacon. What is happening here? That's a second point taken.
That is second point, and High Rollers is gonna go up 2-0 in this Flashpoint map, and it seems like next point is going to be Temple.
This is some fantastic ball play right now that we're witnessing. Like, I'm being so serious. This ball play is immaculate from the side of Paka. The engages are so clean. He waits at the utility. He has 1 death the entire map. Hello? Wild Wolf is yet to die.
Yeah, Pac is a really good ball player. I mean, I know how to go against ball players. I've beaten Pac many times in rank, but...
Okay, don't need to toot your own horn here. There is absolutely no need. No need. You're like Pimp whenever he's casting CS. But regardless, the engage gets drawn out there from the Captive Sun. Doesn't actually manage to fall anybody. But I don't really know what happened there. Maybe just a bad grapple. I mean, question marks in the chat. I slipped, he says. That's very cool. First point is claimed. The neutral hack on a Wild Wolf, and yep, there it is, finally. Overclock still manages to find Poyo, but, you know, 25% accrued for this side of High Rollers. But finally, ISU get their first percentage points all map.
Yeah, that's going to be their first fight win this map. They are going to have Nano compared to Wild Wolf's beats, but Paka is going to build, what do you call that ult? Mines.
Yeah, the minefield is going to be crazy here, probably. It depends on what they draw out. Only Nano available for the side of ISU. They have to play the rotations very carefully here.
Poyo seems to be playing backlines, ready for Paka when he dives in. As he reads it.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yep, there it is.
But there's the minefield. It zones him out. Very well done. The Nano onto the soldier, I should say. Excuse me. Wild is so weak. Is hit with the anti-nade, but does manage to escape with his life. The point has yet to be claimed here. This is looking bad. Points are starting to accrue. Paka gets down so weak. Has to get the secondary fired by the Yachty, but the kills are coming in. The support is just enough for them to get by. The PD down. Magnetic falls. And there it is. The synergies are fantastic. They're beautiful. It's like a lovely canvas bestowed upon my eyes. I mean,
yeah, this point kind of stinks. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, we were talking about it earlier in the last round. This point's kind of silly. And oh, Poyo with the EMP. All of them are so weak, but there's no follow. The barrier to counter. The
Not
HP.
again.
They went for the EMP play because the Yachty was down. Magnetic will claim Wild Wolf though as the barrier's effects fade away. The point purchase is still going to be there. Bacon grabs Britchy, excuse me, and that is going to be enough. And this is going to be final fight on this point. There's only about maybe 10 seconds left tops for High Rollers to get this touch.
Yeah, High Rollers is able to get the touch, but I'm not sure if they should. I think they should go far left.
They forfeit. They leave.
And it's gonna be Palace here with the water fountain in the middle.
See, I'm glad you've got these memorized because I'm still working on it. But
I'm not sure about New Junk City. I just watched this map too much.
We haven't seen it. We haven't seen it. You can't memorize something we haven't seen. But regardless, Palace is being claimed.
Poyo's scouting Pocket right now. Goes for the hack just to farm a little bit of EMP. ISU is going to have 2 ults going into this fight while Britchy has his overclock. Pocket goes in, gets antied, and decides to roll out. Pocket still is half HP going down to quarter.
There's a rally
and
for
it's nice to
Magnetic.
kite. Yeah,
It's gonna get a point purchase, but doesn't really get anything else. Overclock. Oh, Seneca gets picked out again. This Ana has been paying with their life so many times. The roller out of Abaka. Poyo gets absolutely sent to the next year. Overwatch 3's on its way. Pocket grabs Magnetic as well with the primary fire. Richard with the cleanup. These two have been electric on the field, and they will claim again the first point capture for the side of High Rollers.
it's going to be initial cap coming from Rollers onto Palace. High Rollers is going to have a lot of ults coming into this next fight.
The ball finding so much success. Like, can we talk about this real quick? Into the Sombra, into the Aris, the ball's just finding so much success right now.
I respect Pocket as a ball player.
Oh, this anti's so big. They can't capitalize on it though. There it is. Ooh, nice little spin to block the Deadeye. Nice little idea there, but Seneca, there we go. Final showing up on the left side of the kill feed. Takes out Bog. Advantage here on the side of ISU, and only the summon destroyed, but Britchy, oh, Bacon, the head is destroyed. The captive's son gets laid down, Poyo gets struck, immediately translocates out to get the auto cleanse. And right now, they have only a few seconds left. Nano Visor gonna get popped, and this is gonna get deadly. Britchy has to expose himself. There's too many angles to think about, too many to focus on, and all that damage is too much. 3 ults expended there to even just have a chance of sweeping this back in their favor.
That was very expensive from ISU though. They are going to have EP coming into this next fight, and maybe Rally, but
it'll be a mid-fight build probably, to be honest.
I expect Britchy to have ult first, because they've been really farming their ult this entire map.
Crazy, and also Wild, also one way from the beat to counter this EMP if he plays far back enough. Poyo gonna scout. He's looking for it, but swats the Hanzo off the Cowboy, and there they go. Logged as you are. Paco trying to claim more lives, but doesn't look like it's gonna have a Bacon. It's already so weak. The Fortify expended, the EMP popped. It does grab onto the summon as well as 2 supports, but the barrier is laid down in response. To clean up, Pocket is very weak though, gets speared, gets hacked, and Britchy with another overclock. Hello! Runs him down, shots get fired, but the spear is there into the wall to do the damage. Bach is still there, attempting to log, and he will claim Magnetic. Very well done, very clean. The overtime wick is burning, though, and Bacon steps on the point. Too little health, too little time. Map 1 goes to High Rollers.
There's a nice 3-1 coming from High Rollers here. Paka, you asked me earlier how is the ball working, but I'm thinking that Pocket is just pretty much distracting ISU while the rest of the DPS just put in work from High Rollers.
I mean, we were watching this play from Britchy right now, and the tracking is immaculate, even with the nerfed Sojourn spread from many a patch ago. But going into this next map, if you guys once again are still newer tuning into the stream, we've got push coming up. All maps available for push in this season's tournament, which means we have not seen any. I believe any Esperanza, as far as I'm aware. We have seen Coliseo and New Queen Street. Please forgive me. There's too many news. New Junk City, New Queen Street. Can we get some old stuff, please? Whereas, kind of in reality, I'm sort of expecting the. I don't know. Actually, I was about to say I'm sort of expecting the New Queen Street here to favor the ball play style, but I mean, once again, I could be talking out, just completely lying right now. What do you have an anticipation, Cranky? Is you're more for high rollers here? I know it is ISU's pick. I do know it is ISU's pick, but I mean, do you think they just play the ball like true and through, or through and true, whichever way you're supposed to say it?
I think high rollers stick with the ball. But ISU's probably going to try to avoid that.
Oh well, there it is. There it is, and it's in the chat there. If you guys saw, Esperanza is going to go ahead and be summoned here.
Yeah, if you were to try counter the ball, Esperanza is probably the most likely to make him struggle a little bit. So, I mean, it's tough. I don't really know high rollers that well. It's very. I know Pocket plays things other than ball, but ball's just his most comfortable, and he can just do so much with it. ISU Cardinals, I'm imagining that they're pretty flexible though.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, you see it right there in this icon. You know, the pipes in the mouth, but will he lay the pipe in the server? That we are yet to, I mean, he's been laying it so far. I'm not gonna lie. So we're gonna see how it goes. It is ISU's map pick, obviously. So we're gonna see how we roll through. And also, high roller, is that because the ball rolls around? I don't really know, to be honest. But regardless, we're going to go ahead and get into this very, very shortly. And I don't know. Once again, I would like to point out, I'm going to get real close to my mic here. Despite all the Junker Queen buffs, we have yet to see a Junker Queen today. So, PSA to all teams, play some Junker Queen. Sincerely, your boy Glitch. All right, now that PSA is done.
You know who got buffed today, yet I really don't want to see?
Meg.
Zarya.
Oh,
I do not want to see Zarya. I mean,
we've seen Zarya
games.
already today in our previous match, and you know, he was making mountains out of molehill, but it wasn't enough in the end. But even though I like the Zarya quite a lot, but overall, I do think that, you know, I'm without getting into, like, you know, this isn't plat chat or anything. I'm not here to like discuss patches of all about what you people on Reddit say, but I will say that, you know, I like a mid-season shakeup. I do. I've always been a fan of a mid-season shakeup. I like when devs nerf something just for the hell of it. I almost said something else way worse on broadcast, but we are PG-13 here. Regardless, like, I do think that, like, a little meta shakeup is good. It can be fun, obviously. You know, for competitive integrity, it's not always the greatest thing to mankind, but as long as we're not, like, you know, dropping 3 reworks in a mid-season patch or anything, I think it's generally a good thing. Do you have the same feeling, or not really?
Not really.
Well, fair enough. I'm a filthy plat diamond player, but you know, maybe one of these days I'll learn. Regardless, we're going to see Paka hovering the ball and baking on the Ramatra, but once again, with no Lucio. I'm really starting to question this anti-Lucio stance from Cardinal that we've seen all day. What is the reasoning? It seems backwards, like you'd put the back line of Cardinal with high rollers and then you'd swap them, but I just don't know.
Yeah, they do have a lot of DPS from High Roller's support stuff. As Pocket gets to immediately. Both DPS are cut from ISU. Nate connects onto expensive, but 3 people are just punishing Seneca.
I mean, what in God? I mean, what was that? What was that? Actually, what was that? I mean, ladies and gentlemen, the Wrecking Ball.
Yeah, like I said, Paka knows his Wrecking Ball. I'll say it over and over again.
He's making it. He's taking everybody to school right now. I'm telling you that right now. Well, I'm gonna swap out with Sombra here.
Yeah, it's gonna be a Tracer Sombra mirror, but completely different tank
Dressed, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, support comps.
Once again, the comp from High Rollers just in my head makes some more sense, but the DPS of Pollo and Nova, nothing really to slack at. Nova already forcing a translocate here out of Bog. Yachty and Ramontra dueling. Didn't think I'd have that on my bingo card today. Paka's gonna grab another final blow because of course he will. Richie, of course, there on the Tracer. These two have just been farming, fragging, and trying every F word to think of except the one I can't say. Wild grabs another one, and there goes Paka yet again. I mean, look at this. This is for checkpoint. I mean, ISU gotta get their stuff together.
This is checkpoint in 2 minutes. It's pretty impressive.
This is electric. This is electric pace.
Paka's gonna have mines going to this fight, and Seneca is probably gonna hack, or not hack. Going to nano the Tracer, try to do some damage to their backline, since they don't really have good heals. I mean, Seneca
look at
has
the ult charge. I mean, look at the ult charge though on the opposing, like on the side of ISU. It's dire. Oh, okay. Richie! Nice, clean, precise, and even though the nade goes down on Paka along with the hack, it's not enough. The fist onto Seneca. Pommels are down, quick melees left and right, Nova falls, and more meterage accrued. Paka, Wild, Richie, Boggs are all getting in there. Expensive with the heals from the back, the sharp shooting, just everybody putting in a shift right now. And ISU Cardinal, their wings have been clipped.
100 meters been passed in 3 minutes, and High Rollers already have hurls, but Magnetic gets a nice pick onto Brishy, and Bogwandi gets the trade onto Pollo.
I mean, even in their victories, they're losing. Even the victories are losing. Expensive with this first final blow of the day, grabbing Bacon. I mean, they get the first pick there, but they somehow still lose. The minefield, excuse me, drawn out there onto Magnetic and to Seneca. The Nano rallied Brig. Full tank. Yep, there they go. High Rollers back their ass up. They know for certain they can't mess with that, but they're looking for a re-engagement right there. The Captor Sun gets rolled in there. Doesn't actually manage to connect onto.
It manages to connect.
Oh my lord! Boom, boom, boom! In my room, 3 there for the Yulari.
As we're finding.
I mean, I had the angle there, but that was outlandish. Bridget with another 2 there. The rolls coming through. Pollo coming off the respawn. This is just clean up. Bridget just managed to fall though for the Annihilation tick, but how long can you really stand up here?
Annihilation goes down due to the 3 seconds. Paka goes in for slam, but manages to escape. It should be no, he doesn't escape.
There we go.
I lied. I didn't see the Tracer chasing him.
I mean, I'm just lying to the viewers. How dare you? I mean, finally, ISU will win. I mean, they'll win a fight here, but they gotta win that. Another one to even match.
Expensive is still behind. What do you call it? Behind ISU right now. Yeah.
Spawn. I mean, he's really worried about he's really worried about Tracer catching him out here. That's why he's crouch walking. Spawns will get reset though, finally.
And
Minefield gets laid down. Anti-Natum responds on a Wild.
Here comes some meters coming from ISU. Pocket gets a nice pick.
How did that even happen? There's a Tracer. You just blink into it. Oh, there it is. Deadeye drops. Seneca guys Wild. Nice job. I mean, the trade's coming in left and right. I mean, but it looks like that it's just the Ramontra standing alone. Bacon gets his bacon cooked. Fried, one could say. Served hot and ready. I mean, ISU get 10 meters, but that is not enough to show.
Force spawn will be coming into effect again, and it's not looking too good for ISU currently.
That is a grave understatement, my friend. But regardless, Match goes through. They just kind of push the bot, and at this point, you're gonna probably end up just playing a passive defense here if you want to play safe from high rollers. But in their name, they like to gamble. There's the PD on the Bacon. Vortex laid down, but doesn't actually manage to catch anybody. Pylon laid down to do some supplementary healing. Hack laid down. Nice little pulse bomb. Nice attach from Britchie. Bacon is very, very weak. The Nemesis form expiring. He has to get out. Nice little biotic grenade on the Bacon to increase that healing, but expensive. Oh my lord, the headshots from the solar rifle are just too strong. The hindrance on the Paka, excuse me, is just not enough. Expensive grabs another, really getting more active in the later rounds here. Magnetic will claim Wabas, finally swaps onto Lucio here, but it's gonna be too little too late as they have 2.5 meters left. They get a little bit of meterage back out. They know they don't need to try and end this here.
As you can see, Bhagwandi's still pretty much set up behind them. They might look for a early EMP, otherwise just look to mess with the Ana a little bit. But Bhagwandi's just still in backline waiting for something. Bot is still pushing. Might take away forward spawn, and it does.
I mean, it does. It's still pretty big, but once again, I mean, when the gap is as large, you'll take anything you can get at this point. Wild kind of getting in the mix there. He's getting brave and bold, and oh my lord! Just diffs Poyo. Bridgie grabs Magnetic. Seneca does manage to get the trade, but it's 1 for 2. Excuse me, the Nano Boost expended onto Nova here to try and have him make mountains out of molehills, and Expensive will fall. The recall not yet quite forced. Mapaka's gonna grab Seneca. Heals have disappeared for the side of Cardinal. Bacon and Nova just gonna try and push this thing forward, but with the minefield laid down, that's gonna put a stop to this push. For now, Bacon gets cooked and fried. I need to stop using that line. It's getting old.
Poor Bacon's just being solo mined.
You had to fight not to say cooked there, be honest with me.
No. Yeah,
I am overcooking it, pun intended. All right, so no, seriously, Bach is pushed past into forward spawn again for the side of high rollers. I mean, this is devastating. There's no other real way to put it. Double blink in, there it is. Pulse bomb laid down, doesn't actually connect. The missed day, beat later, respawn from Magnetic. Managed to catch everybody aside from one. Pulse bomb laid down. Poyo grabs Bog. Annihilation pop. There's so many ultimates getting poured into this from the side of ISU Cardinal because they know they have to finally find purchase. 14 meters is not enough. They need 120 to stand up to this.
Yeah, 125 meters is pretty hard to get.
125 meters in less than 125 seconds.
I've seen it happen before, but they pretty much just cannot lose a fight from now on. Poyo does get caught out in the middle of nowhere, and Paka diving Seneca goes down. Same with Magnetic. Magnetic goes down to the hand of Wild Wolf, and Paka gets another pick onto Bacon. A little bit of meters. Yeah, a little bit of meters coming from Poyo or Nova.
Does anything we're watching right now mean anything? Just get a little existential here, but I mean, this is a dominating presence from high rollers. Like, I wish there was something redeemable behind here for the side of ISU Cardinal, but this is not close.
It's also have to do with what do you call it? With push, where if you go down so much, it's hard to come back. You see it time and time again, but Nova gets hacked. Force gets recall force and has to back up. Wild Wolf kind of 1v1 Poyo. But Seneca gets a nice pick onto Seneca gets a nice pick onto Wild Wolf. Captain Sun gets one. No one touches.
No, the headphones are off. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. C9 this early in the season. I'm stood up. My head's in my hand. What did I just witness?
Oh yeah, here's the 3K Captain Sun here.
I mean, this was disgusting. I had the nerve to say he missed it, and then I saw 3 kill feed. What a fool I am. What a silly, silly fool I am. You should have corrected me. But regardless, high rollers, clean 2-0 in the series. Who's your man of the match? I picked last time.
I'm thinking it's Bridgie.
Really? Okay, is that because you don't want to give credit to Paka, or like what's going on? Is there like beef here, or you're tooting your own horn earlier? Like what's going on here? Nah, but Bridgie did play very well. I will see if I can go ahead and drag Bridgie. Give me one moment.
It's like Paka gave us the spotlight to Britchie.
Yeah, no, I definitely see that angle. I definitely do see that angle. You are speaking from a place of truth.
While Paka was rolling around, Britchie was just popping heads and one clipping.
All right, let's go ahead and. All right, Britchie, thank you for joining us today. You are the player of the match. Congratulations. How does it feel?
Thank you very much. Feels good, you know, getting that first win for the tournament.
I mean, yeah. I mean, first of all, I almost want to ignore the first map because that push was one of the most domineering things I've seen in Overwatch 2 history. So, how did it feel like going up that high? Like, did you was the vibe of, oh, we're about to roll in the camp?
Yeah, 100%. We were just trying to go for that full cap the entire time. We weren't really worrying too much about how far they push. We knew how strong our team is. That we would end up pushing farther than they would, and we ball.
I mean, yeah, you do ball. You play, in fact, a lot of ball, and the ball I'm going to highlight right now is Paka. I mean, setting you and Bog up for success in the most wild ways possible. Also, back to your Lucio's name, pun intended. I'm great, but regardless, I mean, how important is